The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Here's Robinson. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here you go.
Prescott now on second down. Hits his target, the tight end, Will Tye. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 46. Here's a give to Barkley as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's second and 2.
There we go, count.
Second down, Prescott. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there at 22.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be second and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11. A second down throw for Prescott. Going to throw deep for the end zone. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is third and long, though. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got to jump here. So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
And they still need 6 yards here on third down after the penalty.
There we go, count. 26. Here we go, 47. 26.
Prescott. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. Point after, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First carry down. This is Alvin Kamara. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Reset.
Now it's Watson, a bootleg. Finding some room at midfield. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. He saw the middle was closed, tried to bounce it outside. That didn't work either.
Very rarely can you bounce something that's designed to go into the middle all the way to the outside and expect to get help and get there. Usually all the blocking is there. In this case, blocking was in the middle, bounced up, stacked up. Now he was outflanked when he tried to get outside.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
The run hasn't worked the last couple of plays. Now it's 3rd and 14. Off of play action, it's Watson. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that, got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's got room. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 1st down, Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. A give. This is Kamara. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. Now pickup of 7 there, but they'll still have 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Looking deep for Gabriel. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. A big play for the Saints on 3rd down. 58 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Richmond.
Off the bootleg. Watson under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this 1st quarter.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
And the first play will be a field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And Parkey missed it. That's no good. Off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Wide 8. Swing to the field, right. To the right. 26.
1st down, Prescott. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Tack McKinley in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Prescott. It's brought in by Kevin White. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very solid gain of 27. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
4 down. Check. Here we go, 47. 26.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here we go. Wide 8. Here you go. Let's go. 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Watch that in. Tight end's right. Here we go. Wide 8.
A handoff to Barkley. And some room to roam now. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. Butker now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the
ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Here we go, 46. 46.
Prescott now after the fumble recovery. Looking for the end zone. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Saquon Barkley. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, after getting the ball in prime position to score after a fumble recovery, you think you're in a great spot. But the defense on the field is saying not so fast, and they've held firm on the first 2 plays.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. To throw is Prescott. Steps up, and they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Takk McKinley in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year.
Here we go, 47, 47. 4 down, check, 4 down. 26.
Prescott on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Mills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you've got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
After the interception, here's Watson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? There's a ball out of the quarterback's
trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Takk McKinley in there to drop him. And his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Now it's Barkley, and he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Well, it wasn't much of a gain, but we're getting near the 2-minute warning, so maybe they just want to get to that point, regroup, and decide what they want to do the rest of the half.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. 1:57 to go in this first half. We're back to East Rutherford. But first, this timeout. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
I'll bet you as they ran out there for that play, the head coach either on his headset or he pulled him aside and told the special teams coordinator, whatever block you've got, pull it out of the bag right now. We need a spark.
When you could just feel it on their sideline, the air just kind of out of the balloon. Now maybe you're right, a spark, a little bit of hope.
That's when the special teams coordinator who works on this ad nauseum, I'm talking about morning, noon, and night, he tried to figure out, okay, where's my best opportunity? Which one do I have? And he pulled the right one and got his team going and hopefully back into the game.
So now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal.
4 down, 4 down. Both sides. Tiger, tiger, tiger.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. It's Barkley on the counter. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Man, let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you get the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty.
46, 46. Check. 46.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. No gain there on 1st and 5, and it leaves him with a more standard 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll run with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Giants add on to their lead. Extra point safely through. And a rout is on here in this first half. Butker now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, typically down in the first half. I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. He got 29 yards that time. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Richmond. Down. Blue 80. Blue 80.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Mike 50. 2 jet. 2 jet.
Out of the gun, Watson. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
3rd and long, it's Watson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10.
It's coming now.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
46.
Final play of the half, Prescott. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. DJ Hayden right there on the coverage. The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
Hey, 47. 26.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. Well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the 3rd quarter now. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Tiger.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, eluding the tackle. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage just come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ryan Shazier in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. To throw on 2nd is Watson. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down. They're going for it. It's Watson, and he's got Gresham. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
First target, first catch, and a 1st down. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. Down right around the 25. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jerron Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints get a bit closer. Parkey with the extra point, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. Here's Robinson. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. Prescott looks to throw on 1st. It's his target, the tight end, Will Tye. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play. Barkley. And he's got some space here. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They go play action here on 1st down. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A handoff, Barkley running left. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
2nd down, Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The penalty yards marched off as they'll try again on 2nd and goal. Here's Prescott. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
Go to 54, go to 54, wide.
Throwing, Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Brian Bonnie Calhoun. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Jordan Willis in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Watson now to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape. 1st and 10. And the Giants ready to come out now. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think? And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Daniil Hunter in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Prescott from the gun. Oh, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
I think someone's going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the 2nd person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, 2nd drive, not much better. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. Now a first down throw. Watson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it's a second down.
Richmond.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Back 22.
Throwing on third down, Watson. It's caught. Nelson. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Come back.
Watson, off play action. He'll buy some time right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Ronald Darby. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The Giants on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era when we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Prescott now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. And in this situation with the lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
47.
Prescott to throw it. And he'll be hit as as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Saints on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Watson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Come back, come back. Come back, come back.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position.
It's coming now. Here we go, 46. Got it. 46.
A first down throw for Prescott. He's going to go up top for the end zone and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. 3rd and long for Prescott. He dumps it off to Barkley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a gain of 8 yards. And it'll be 4th down. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. And Butker able to put this one through. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
They find some open field here. Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, New Orleans. As his guys are in for 6. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Parkey adds the extra point, and that will get him one closer. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Giants. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example. And now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
4 down, 4 down.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. Second and 6, just inside the 30. They'll run it again with Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Now, that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth-quarter stop? 15 yards through the air and a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the run, it's Barkley. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Looking to throw. Prescott going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 39 that time. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Well, Prescott here to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Here's Prescott. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Richmond. Two jet.
Out of the gun, Watson. He's going to let it fly. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. It's a big play there for the Saints. 59 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Richmond. Come back.
One last throw here for Watson. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes.